Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech and this is the camera review of the 10D. On the rear, this phone comes with a 13 megapixel camera with f2.0 aperture and a single LED flash, and on the front, it has a 5 megapixel camera with f2.2 aperture. Now let's look at the camera interface. We have some quick instructions. So this is how the rear camera interface looks. Kinda reminds me about the Pixel. And to switch between the primary camera and secondary camera, we can use this toggle. And this is how it looks. So let me just go to settings. We have face detection. We have something called as scenes, or in other phones it's called as modes. So these are all the modes that we have. And we have auto flash. That's a good thing. We have HDR, but we don't have auto HDR. Now before we get started with the sample pictures, sunlight legibility of this phone is just manageable. It's not good enough. Comparatively, Redmi 5's display is more brighter than this phone. Now with that said, these are some sample pictures taken in daylight and well-lit conditions. This phone doesn't have auto HDR, so all these images are taken with HDR turned off. Images are slightly overexposed and colors look faded. Because of overexposure, you will lose details. Dynamic range is average, capturing speeds are good. All these images were taken in the evening, so this phone has accurate color balance. Now these are some macro shots. You get good blur effect, but this phone has focusing issues while taking macro shots, and it was quite annoying to get it right. Now these are some images taken with HDR turned on. Like all other phones, it takes some extra time to take pictures in HDR mode. In HDR mode, colors look saturated with more contrast. You get much better images with HDR turned on. But you need to have stable hands to take good pictures. Now coming to selfies, front-facing camera on this phone comes with wide-angle lens, and that's a huge advantage when it comes to selfies. It has slight issues with exposure control. Selfies look faded when there is a bright background, and color reproduction isn't consistent all the time. In indoor lighting conditions, selfies are very soft and look overexposed. In very low light conditions, selfies are very soft, but the color balance is good. Color reproduction is decent. Capturing speeds are slightly slow, but that's manageable. A front-facing flash or a display flash would have helped a lot. For the price, this phone takes some pretty good selfies. Now coming to low light performance, in low light indoor conditions, color reproduction and capturing speeds are good, but images are soft. In very low light conditions, you get very soft images, but the noise is very well managed. To make the images look bright, this phone increases the exposure. You get bright images, but colors look faded. Flash on this phone is very weak. In low light conditions, with good amount of lighting, you can take some decent shots if you have stable hands. Now coming to video recording, we can record video in 1080p using the front and rear cameras. There is no optical image stabilization or electronic image stabilization, so the footage is very shaky. Dynamic range is bad, color reproduction is okay, footage looks oversharp. If you can stand still without moving your phone a lot, then you can record some pretty good video on it. So video recording on this phone is pretty bad. Well, that's probably the same case with all the phones in this price segment. Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech and this is the camera review of 10D, and this is the video recorded using the front-facing camera of 10D, and the audio is also from the microphone. So do check out the noise cancellation, and I'm just going to move around and you can see the stabilization as well. Now coming to the front camera video recording, once again there is no stabilization, so the footage is very shaky, but you get a wide angle footage. If you have stable hands and you don't move around, you might be able to get some stable footage. Color reproduction and exposure control are good. So guys, for a price tag of 5,000 rupees, cameras on this phone are pretty good. Rear cameras are okay, and the front facing camera for selfies does a pretty good job. So guys, looking at the sample pictures, what do you think about the cameras on this phone? Do let me know by commenting below this video. If you are planning to buy this phone, use the link in the description, it really helps the channel. If you want us to make any specific video, tweet out to us with the hashtag AskGreedyTech on Twitter, and we will try to make it as soon as possible. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel to see more cool videos on tech. I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech signing off. Have a nice day.